Hello, so today we're going to learn how to multiply radicals. So when multiplying radicals, you would multiply the coefficients first, then you would second multiply the radicals, and then you would simplify the radicals if necessary, meaning if the radical contains perfect square factors, you want to simplify it. So just following the steps that I have here. So we have 2 radical 5 times 3 radical 8. So we want to multiply 2 times 3, which is 6. Then we're going to multiply radical 5 and radical 8, which would be radical 40. And now I want to simplify radical 40 because 40 contains perfect square factor of 4. So I would bring down the 6. And I'm going to rewrite radical 40 as radical 4 times radical 10. I'll take the square root of my 4, which is 2. So now I'll have 6 times 2, radical 10, which would equal 12 radical 10. So now we're going to do examples 1 and 4 together, just to go through the process of multiplying radicals. Okay, so example 1, we have radical 6 times radical 2. So we multiply those together, which would give us radical 12. And now I want to simplify radical 12 because it contains a perfect square factor of 4, because radical 4 times radical 3 would be equal to 12. And the square root of 4 is 2. Bring down the radical 3, and this would simplify to 2 radical 3. Okay, example number 2, we have radical 12 times radical 6. So if I multiply that together, that's going to give me radical 72. Radical 72, I want to simplify that because I know it has a perfect square factor of 36, because 36 times 2 gives you 72. When you are simplifying radicals, you want to make sure that you always determine what the greatest perfect square factor is. If you don't, then at the end you would have to make sure you simplify your radical more. So radical 72 would be radical 36 times radical 2. The square root of 36 is 6. So this would be 6 radical 2 when you simplify it. Example number 3, radical 25 times radical 4 would be radical 100. And the square root of 100 is equal to 10. So this is simplified to 10. And last example, we have negative 3 radical 2 times radical 22. So the negative 3 is multiplying with an invisible 1 that's in front of the radical 22. So negative 3 times 1 would be negative 3. Now I'm going to multiply my radical. So radical 2 times radical 22 would be radical 44. And now I want to simplify my radical 44. Radical 44 would be radical 4 times radical 11. The square root of 4 is 2. So that would multiply with my negative 3 to give me negative 6 radical 11. Okay, so now I'd like you to do the practice problems that follow. On the bottom, numbers 1, 2, and 3. You can write the work on a piece of paper and then just submit that picture to me instead of trying to type into the document if that's easier for you. Remember, if you have any questions, just make sure you send me a message anytime. Okay, have a great day.